You can take the example of Kandahar hijacking, Somalia hijacking. It is also human nature. If you gain something from anything, you will do it again. It is an encouragement for you. You will go on doing it if you are hijacked. Say we are terrorists, just we are leaving 4 terrorists for 100 of hostages, then these 4 will kill 400. So it's not at all, it is an encouragement hijackers. They will hijack more planes, and like this, one day all the terrorists inside the jail will be on their side, and it's like a war. It's becoming a war. It will be like...
Good evening everyone. I'm Pushkar Raj. I would start by saying terrorism is an extremely important issue in today's world. We've seen a lot of terrorist activities, and our country, India, has gone through this whole process of swapping terrorists for our own citizens. In the end, when you talk about human lives, it's the most precious resource. You can't compromise. There are counter-terrorist acts, but how many of them have actually been successful in getting our people back? Many of them have landed up in our Jawans being killed in getting our people back, which cannot be compromised on. What this does to our country is mentally prepares us. Yes, we had a hijacking before. Now what do we have to do? We have to take measures to prevent further hijackings.
Okay, my name is Manda. I would like to speak on a broader perspective, considering India as a whole, with the whole world, and in comparison with the whole world. Let's talk about the economic point of view. How many billions and millions of rupees we have lost just for taking back our hostages? Like, what I want to say is that the point of essence is that we have to understand that swapping of terrorists will be an encouragement. We waste lots of millions of dollars just for protecting our countries. Then these terrorists will come back, attack us, and they'll take back the hostages that they have made, like, which we have captured. So it's like encouragement for them, bringing back us to a point that the swapping of terrorists is an encouragement for hijackers.
Thank you.
Well, I just want to say that what do you think when we have our when we heard that terrorists with us? What do you think terrorist activities are not going to be taking place? You think that they are the only people who are going to be doing that? Are they the only people who are going to be doing such activities? Destruction is not what about by just these handful of people whom we have got hold of. There are so many other people who, for them it's like they have captured one of us. We are going to be 10 of us going to take on them the next time. What are we going to do that time?
Telling about the political aspect of this topic, it creates a very down to earth and a very bad impression about the political parties which encourage the swapping of terrorists for hostages. The people think that they must be involved in that. They must have their contacts with them, and they must be getting some sort of money for swapping this terrorist. Just for 100 people, we destroy the lives of 1.6 billion Indians. These 4 terrorists or many more, if we swap for 100 people, these 10 can again attack on India and destroy more than 400 people. So is it, again I have to say that this is an encouragement for terrorism.
When they do swapping, they will ask for something like, okay, give me this back, give me those 2 people back, and I'll we'll help you. We'll not do that again. Means we won't attack your country. So this is a lie. They don't do that. They just take their terrorists back, and then they again do the attacks, and we have to again face it. So there's no sense in swapping the terrorists. There should be no swapping.
Okay, I'm Shiva Patel, and I would first like to thank this girl for appreciating our points and supporting us. And secondly, I would take a broader perspective with that. It's more about those 1.6 billion people that live in this country. Right? We can't just risk their lives for those few hundred people. Of course, they two are equally, not equally, the two are important, but some sacrifices will have to be made for a greater good. Right? By not stopping them, I think we could at least reduce the number of those who just believe in just destruction and eradicating humanity from this earth. Right? And
what I would like to say is that we should think about the present condition. If we always think about the future, that we are trying to save the 1.6 million, who is guaranteeing that there will be a terrorist attack later on the whole of 1.6 million? we should think about the humans. They are our own citizens. We should think that those 100 people belong to this country. Those people have some faith in our own country, their own motherland. If we don't get them back, then who the hell is? I'm sorry, judges. Who is going to help them out? I seriously support scrapping because at the present condition, we shouldn't think about the future. The present, we should act according to our present.
Thank you for whatever you have said. That's what we are trying to say. When you swap people, it's an encouragement for them. अरे आओ हम लोग कुछ भी tolerate कर सकते हैं. That's what we are trying to say. We are not a tolerant country by choice. We have become like that because of terrorism. People come, we just give them back their the people we have hold up in jails and we bring back our hostages. That is encouragement for terrorism. That you can come us, you can beat us like hell, and we are not going to say anything. It is very important that we do not swap terrorists and we kill them so that it doesn't happen again. And it's not an encouragement for them and terrorism as a whole.
I'm Deep. What I would want to say is, first of all, when we capture a terrorist, we should then and there decide whether to take any action on it, and we should take a severe action against that person because he is a worldwide terrorist. It's no use holding him back like Qatar for so many years and spending so much money on all of the reason. If you keep the terrorists back, then you have chances of the other terrorists hijacking the planes that they play and demanding for the terrorists to leave. So decisions should be taken that.
Yeah, I was to begin by giving you a very old example. There is a book called Pasche Isapne Teacher Story. In that book, there is a story about a snake. A snake lives on a hole just below, just besides the road. He never bites anyone. And then people start throwing stones at him. One day, he meets a friend of his. And he says, nobody respects me. Nobody is feared of me. Then he tells him, if you would have bitten the first guy who tried to disturb you, you would have sent a message, this guy is not tolerant, this guy is not going to take it lying down. That's what we are trying to say. If we give back, we are trying to encourage the terrorism. If we strike them at the first chance, there are more possibilities that it won't happen again than them saying, give us back our terrorists, we try not to make it happen again.
What a minute, you just spoke about a snake, right? Who are the people who are coming near him?
People who are trying to disturb him. No, what I said was people start throwing stones at him.
By people you mean humans, right?
Yeah.
But
That's
it's like
basically a hypothetical story. He is trying to give an example as a terrorist, snake as a terrorist.
Okay, thank you. What I want to say is, compare a snake and a human. Who do you think has more power?
I'm comparing a snake and a terrorist.
You are finding a similarity between a snake and a terrorist, but you're comparing this power of a snake to a power of a
Yeah, I'm
human.
giving you an example. Exactly. When you are
Let me
disrupted,
continue your example.
when you are disrupted, you have to strike back. You have to strike back in such a way that you are setting an example. You are not going to take it lying down. And I'm trying to put it in a broader perspective of the whole country. Had we not sold the terrorists back at Kandahar, perhaps Kasab may not have come. Perhaps it would not have happened. Them saying give us back something and we won't do it again is a mistake.
Perhaps I don't think perhaps is something that we could use.
Stop them.
Let's just face the fact today, India's counter-terrorist measures are poor, are extremely poor. And the whole ideology that these 1.6 billion people will be attacked again can happen. No, it is a possibility. Terrorism is a profession, it's going to go on for a very long time. And considering the counter-terrorist measures, it's extremely poor. The Kandahar hijacking the exchange was done thinking that our counter-terrorist measures are so poor, we can't send our Jawans in because it would have been a massacre. And all the people in the plane and our commandos would have been killed. It was a perfect decision to exchange the terrorists for the people, which in turn put the country in a position to think that yes, we had been hijacked before, now put the security in a position where it's not going to happen ever again. It sets an example. It sets an
We were not
After that, Kandahar, do you think if we are